They came after him on the last one. I don't think they'll sit back consistently.
Here they come again. There's a flag down at the line of scrimmage as the pass is to an open Travis Kelce, who flings it back over to Tony. My goodness, this is going for a touchdown.
Too many times at the end of the game. Gene, what do you see?
Well, he's clearly in the neutral zone. You know, it's not a play that you want to split hairs with, but when he is that clearly in the neutral zone, you have to call that play. He's lined up offside, fellas.
Yes.
Much smarter with the football in his hand.
Oh, it's snapped by him into the end zone. Boots it out. It's a safety.
You got motion coming, so the play's not even ready. I really don't know what Tyler Linderbaum is thinking at that point. Definitely a breakdown in communication.
A major talking point.
Pitch for Henry's fumbled. Goes back. Scramble for it. Another turnover. Had not fumbled this season. Remember, fumbles were a problem last year. I'm not sure you can put that on him, guys. The pitch was kind of high and outside.
Yeah, high and hot. You know, high with a little.
Porter who almost had the pick. And the kick is going to be blocked. Miles Killebrew, their special teams maven, gets in there.
Second and 15. Wilson to the air. Chased by Williams and just throws it away. Good pressure by the veteran Nick Williams.
I mean, it's effortless.
His touchdown was one-handed.
I just stabs that thing.
Be pretty friendly, but as we've seen, Love's just been off throughout this night. I don't know if this touched.
It's touched by a receiving team player. Covered by the kicking team. First down.
He didn't even know where the ball was. So McCain, it glances off his left arm, and you see.
The fake to Hubbard. Young in trouble. Ball comes loose.
That is definitely out. Jordan inching up, and they get right behind him for a big play.
Second down and 9.
Okay, I don't know what that was.
Carr able to get rid of it.
I have no idea who he was trying to throw the ball to, because definitely not to Andrus Peat.
Trubisky dancing, flips it, and it's going to be short of the first down, and they'll turn the ball over.
I hope to have him back next week. Here's a 2nd and 12. Oh, and there's talked about the drops.
You said it.
Well, this is the guy that set the pace for him week 1 against Detroit. He had a whole slew of drops, and it's just kind of spread through this team.
You wonder how many more opportunities he's going to have after today. Gets on the upfield shoulder of John Simpson. He's got the jersey. Oh, this is it. This is it. Here's number 54.
On the fake. Purdy loading up, going for Ayuk. Tight window, makes the catch, spins around, and Ayuk lost the ball, and it's recovered by Seattle. Oh my goodness.
On the last drive, Julian Love, he gets beat. But watch the effort coming back. The effort play, chasing down Ayuk, and then Woolen.
McKenzie calls for the fair catch. He runs into his own man. He fumbled the football. DJ Ivy fell on top of it.
Nobody can. This is certainly, Baker, wow, he barely gets his fingertips on that ball, and you get a fortunate bounce.
And the field goal team comes out. It actually hit Donovan in the helmet.
You can see him change.
Boy, this is where legends are made right here. Ritter drops back, fires towards the end zone. It is caught, but London is short, and Tampa Bay has won it. Midway point of this fourth quarter. High punt from Stout. Fair catch from Trammell. Rams lost the ball there, then got back on top of it at the 14. And as the rain has continued to fall, this is...
Watch 91, Trey Hendrickson come in, little dip around the edge, and then get there on Minshew. Oh, what a play. He got it.
Back to the outside. This pass to the block. Adam will be taken in for a touchdown.
A big mental error by the Carolina Panthers. Great job. Nephi Sewell.
Exactly what he did. Turned his head before he caught the ball.
coming off the edge and just right at the knees, and those balls are hard to catch.
Are they?
Yeah, they are. They're just hard.
Look at this. Incomplete of all things. And Mack Wilson breaks it up.
You know they're trying to get creative, but this isn't the place for this. You got a tight end throwing a pass on 1st and goal.
This is predicated to working at the sticks. So right here, he's 2 yards short of the first down. If he does make the catch, he has to run afterwards. And the inability.
The turnover earlier than the safety. Football is loose here. My goodness.
Out of the backfield. Sample doesn't get much. He's just shuttled out of bounds.
Sample right at the end. Because he's up. And then look at it.
He didn't really
tossing
hit him.
the arms. And
The quarterback, he senses screen, gets his hands on, in fact, the running back, and almost gets his left hand on that.
See a nice little double move. If this ball is deeper by Gardner Minshew, it's a touchdown.
Iser. And this is kind of, these are
His whole career. Shaq Thompson, great.
First down with Flacco, but it would have been 4th and short and would have been decision time and a possibility of going for it now. After the incomplete pass on 3rd and 6, they're going to have to punt this one away.
Even the last one they won against the Giants, not scoring a lot of points.
Morstead bobbled. Amos, the former Jet, I think went on the ball.
Snap, flag. Where was Dennis Allen throwing that flag?
The challenge flag was thrown after the snap. Therefore, the previous play is no longer reviewable.
They go back a yard on 3rd and 1 as Nixon, who delivered that hit, puts the ball on the ground, and the Giants end up with a football. He never quite got it all the way secured, as you're going to see. That it then hits the ground. Looked like he was going to have it. He tried to get up and run. And then it's a hot potato at that point.
A great throw by Zach Wilson, an amazing try by the Jets to complete that catch. It was much closer than we thought.
All the way around, but as far as a throw, can't ask for better than if he jumps right back through Bradbury there, he's going to get the call. I think he was, inches.
Create that angle. The throw's a little inside. Snead with perfect leverage, and honestly, it's a good job by Diggs. Diggs is one-on-one for the first time in a while if you want to take advantage of that and try and score.
There's Diggs, and he drops it.
Pressure coming. Justin Fields lost the football. It is grabbed by Darnell Wright. He's hit by Kaminsky and brought down by Barnes.
Certainly looks like right here that arm is going forward.
Yep.
That should be an incomplete pass.
I mean, this may be a strategy DB should pick on him. Just kick his feet out from under him.
Again, they're coming after him. Josh. From the sideline, lobs it. Was he inbounds? Oh, he dropped it. Then Murray tries to recover it. It goes out of bounds.
He's going to try and extend.
There was Von Miller who got close to him in the ball. That might be a...
Got it. Diamador Lenore, he almost had a chance to pick it off. I mean, he threw that one into a crowd. And
Ayuk picks it off for Seattle.
Yeah, I think just a little miscommunication. I think Ayuk was thinking.
Interception by the defense.
Deep. Now he'll throw it deep. Judy is down there. Judy incomplete.
Trying to throw him back open, coming away from that, and just not quite able to adjust to it.
Jared Goff has had some issues lately, and this one, remember Graham Glasgow, his center today.
Field was a fumble recovered by the defense. Chicago's ball first half.
And it's T.J. Edwards.
Haley's punt is away, and Guerrero decides to field it and muffs it, and Miami takes over at the 6.
Just get away from the ball.
He had a fumbled punt against Jacksonville. It was
JB, thank you. A lot of Kansas City fans and Dolphin fans want to see what happens with the Ravens. That battle for the first seed. And here is the ball in the hands of the Bills.
And wow, what a huge play for Buffalo.
Look at that. What a play by him. Tipped it.
A hop.
Jalen Ramsey on him. They try to pitch it inside. The spear, his ball came loose.
Very lucky that Deshaun Hand didn't just take all of that work that they have put in to move this football down the field.
Levis from the end zone, four-man rush, ball throws right into traffic, and it's intercepted. Zach Sieler with a pick six. And I'm going to throw your body against the 300-pounder.
Listen, you throw the pick, you better go try to make sure that that guy doesn't score.
Just burns Jacobs for the touchdown.
That is blocked. The extra point is blocked. It was Romeo Okwara who got a piece of it. And here comes the cavalry. Big Benito Jones was running it back.
Yeah, just a little short there. You'd love to see maybe to his hands underneath a little bit there. Eichenberg trying to get up. It looks like it's going to be a pass play.
Here's another shot at it. Breaks loose again. Back-to-back big runs and still going. Tripped up and down inside the 20. The ball comes out. And for now, it is being returned by Carrington Valentine. They're letting this play go. And we'll obviously all take a look. John Perry is itching to get in. John.
I am, and you guys have nailed this. There's an interesting play. Since he doesn't dive, doesn't give himself up.
Coming out there, and Justin Fields just going, oh my goodness gracious. Just get it on him quick.
Short time he's been a starter. The other thing about it is from the parents' side.
Score perfectly executed.